It's considered a sequel. Still my moment. It's gonna be more my moments to come. You know, always my moment, forever my moment, been my moment. You know, so on and so forth. But I came up with Still My Moment, and I'm gonna keep going with it because I feel like when I had my moment, it was just like a great time for me, an unbelievable time for me. A lot of stuff happening that I never thought would happen, and it's still going on. So I feel like it's still my moment, you know.
Was there ever a thought on maybe changing and deviating with the title?
No, I was locked in when I came up with that name.
Okay.
I was locked in on that. Like that's what I knew what I wanted to do.
You knew you wanted to have a series.
Yeah.
I see. Now, the artwork. Explain the artwork behind this project.
The artwork. Okay, so in the first My Moment, you had the Flames, and you had the old back in the day T Grizzley. You know, I was small, and I was like just not getting into it. I was new to everything. And on this one, this is a more seasoned T Grizzley. You know, I done seen more, I done done more, been more places. I done acquired more things, you know, so it's like updated. It's just a modern cover of My Moment cover.
This is something you came up with or something a designer came up with?
This is something I came up with.
Now, the release date, was there any significance on the release date for this project?
My little brother, his birthday November 7th, and he locked up right now. I wanted to drop it on his birthday, but you know you got to drop it on a Friday, so I just said I'm gonna do it 2 days after your little bro birthday.
Does he know why this release date is significant?
Yeah.
Okay, he does. Now, somebody watching this, hearing about this project for the first time, or seeing the artwork but haven't listened to it yet, can you describe the overall sound of what they will hear? Now, we'll dissect some of the records in a second, but just an overall sound. Could you describe it?
Overall sound, I would just describe it as the life of T Grizzley. Each song I make is like a different chapter of my life. My life like a book, and each song I make is like a different chapter. So when you hear something, I'm telling you what then went on, or what done happened, or what I done did, or what I done been through, or how I'm feeling, even if it's just how I'm feeling at the moment.
The amount of songs on this project, why that amount for this one?
15 songs. I really wanted to do less than this. And I did this because I listen to music, and when people come out with a 19-song project, I don't really get through all of them. You know, and if people come out with songs like how Future did the Beast Mode or how Usher did the A, I would be able to listen to the whole thing. You know, I don't want to have a whole bunch of good songs that people never get a chance to listen to.
How many songs were you thinking originally that you really wanted before it ended up being 15? Because you said you wanted a smaller amount. What were you thinking?
10, for real.
I see. How many songs did you have to choose from before you got to this final 15?
I had to choose between a lot of songs, about 40 songs.
40 songs. What was the process on narrowing it down for you?
It's just like what I feel like I want to put out there. You know, I got a lot of different songs, but what I want to put out there.
Who put this track list together, and what was the process behind the list?
So a guy named Salim from my label put the track list together as far as like the order. You know, I just like how he put it together. It flow good when he put it together. He got an ear for that.
Since the project has been turned in, was there any remorse in the songs chosen or the actual track list order? So for example, do you say, I wish we would have taken one of these off or added another one, or maybe bumped a track up a little higher or down further?
It's never a remorse because I'm an artist who I'm going to keep coming. I'm consistent with my drops. So if I feel like I wanted to put this song out, I don't have remorse. I just be like, all right, bet, this for sure going on the next one.
From start to finish, how much time did this project take to put together?
From start to finish, I say, it don't really take me long to put a project together for real. Like I done some of the songs that's on there I done a long time ago. Some songs I wrote in 2014, you know, but it's like it ain't a long process. When I know I'm ready to drop, I just get in there and go, put the songs together, figure out which ones I want to do. Probably like a month.
Very fast. Financially, how much does a project like this cost to create?
Financially, Probably $100K. Paying for beats, paying for studio time, paying there's a lot of stuff.
You feel like you went over or under your budget?
I feel like I hit it on the nail.
Was it worth it? Was $100K worth it?
It was worth it for sure. Because I'm giving my fans good music. You know, you gonna get what you put out. My favorite song is a song on there called Hustling. That's my favorite song on the whole project. And that's the song that I wrote in 2014. And that song is my favorite because I had a vision for it when I first wrote it. And the song came out exactly how I visualized it. It came out perfect. A lot of songs that I had visions for, it come out not how I planned for it to come out. And I just ride with it. But this one, just came out exactly how I wanted it to.
What's it about?
It's just like, it's about my struggle coming up. Things I've been through, obstacles I faced. It's just like a typical person's life in Detroit who deal with the streets.
When you say 2014, correct me if I'm wrong, you were locked up in 2014.
That's right.
So
When I was locked up.
This is a song you wrote while you were locked up.
Mm-hmm.
But did you have a beat back then?
Mm-mm. I never had beats I don't have beats to most of my songs. I write it first, then put a beat to it.
So, okay, you come out, you're released from prison. Is this something you just have in your phone? Is this something you have just written down and you kind of...
It'd be in my memory because, you know, I ain't had no phone to write it in there, or I wasn't writing on paper. I had enough time to sit and just recite it in my head over and over until I remembered it.
Now, something like this, with you having no beats, is it you comb through beats and you find a beat that works with this subject matter in this song? Or is it something you hit up a producer and say, this is what I'm thinking, what I'm trying to do?
I hit up a producer and we go to the studio and I rap the song and they make the beat while I'm rapping it.
And who produced this particular record?
Helliver from Detroit.
And he hit the nail on the head when he produced it for you?
Yep.
You do have some interesting features on this project too. Features I think you've done with for the first time.
Mm-hmm. My first feature with Quavo, my first feature with Chance the Rapper, my first feature with Brian Hamilton.
Lil Pump?
That's my second feature with Lil Pump.
Second feature with Lil Pump. The Chance the Rapper record, how did that one come about?
It came about because I had came up with a song where I wanted to send a message, where I wanted to tell people to like stay woke. People in the neighborhood, you know, people in the streets. I wanted to tell them like, just give them some real game and talk to them like how no other artists talk to them. A lot of artists make it seem fun, make the streets seem fun, make the streets seem like all glitz and glamour, but you gotta tell them it's hell too. You got heaven and you got hell, and that's part I was telling them about.
This record, was it by chance you met Chance the Rapper? I didn't mean that as a pun or anything. Or was it something set up for you?
No, me and Chance already had a relationship where we was like kicking it, but I never knew what I wanted to do with him. I know I had to come right, you know, because I know what type of artist Chance is. Chance the artist, he not just gonna do any song. You know, he wanted to actually come with a song that's talking about something. So when I came over there, I'm like, this is really like perfect for him. I sent it to him, and he loved it, and we got it done. When I was working on the project, halfway through it, or a third of the way through it, I got locked up, and then was put on house arrest. And in the midst of me being on house arrest, I had switched a lot of songs up and wrote new songs and put it on there.
That was a parole violation?
Mm-hmm.
Is the parole complete at this point?
Yes.
How long were you on house arrest for?
A few months, a couple months.
I see. Did that delay the because I think I read somewhere the parole ended on was supposed to end on October 18th. Did that delay that ending of it or no?
It delayed it. It delayed it a little bit.
But it's over with now.
Yeah. It delayed the day the project dropped too, because I was going to drop it sooner, but that was a roadblock for me.
When you were finished with Parole, how'd you celebrate? Did you celebrate?
I went to Puerto Rico and St. Thomas. And, I went to Miami with my mans that played in the NBA, Hassan Whiteside. And I just was like enjoying myself because I know it's really time to get to work for real.
Some people that are watching this may be on parole themselves, finishing up.
Right.
Any advice to somebody, and circumstances could be different for everybody, but any advice to somebody on parole now that's got a little bit of time left?
So the people that's out there on parole, they got a little bit of time left or a lot of time left. Like, before you look up, it'll be over with. You know, you got to come up with something that you're prepared to do. It's a lot of stuff you want to do. It's a lot of stuff you need to do, but focus on what you're prepared to do. What can I do now? And just use that. Everything is a stepping stone until you get where you want to be.
It was a technicality, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. When it comes to the lyrics of this project, how honest are they?
100% honest when it comes to the lyrics. I try to stay like that, though.
We mentioned several features. We mentioned a producer. Anybody else that we didn't mention that you'd like to shout out in regards to this project?
I just shout out to the people that influenced me. Shout out to the streets, because that's where I get a lot of my influence from. Because that's what I talk about. That's where I come from. Shout out to my management, you know, the label, everybody who helped me get through this process and put together a good project.